Clint Meyer, who runs Firedragon's Chilies, he got a hold of me a couple of weeks back, and he said, "Hey, I'll send you down a fresh thing of sauce," which he did. Big 500 milliliter, half a litre of insanely hot sauce. And as a little surprise, when I opened it up, there was a little baggie inside of actual chili peppers, and I was like, "Well, what is this? This is quite interesting." And what he did, he popped into there some random chilies for us. So now apparently they are Scotch bonnets, so not super hot Scotchies. They're okay, they're not too bad, but they are actual chilies, right? So they're not a Scotch bonnet sauce, so reasonably hot. We took the seeds out, so we didn't leave any in there maliciously, and Noel did suggest that maybe I wanted to hide some under the thing. But so we've halved a chili, Scotch bonnets. We've each got half a Scotch bonnet, and in the chili itself, like a little boat of fiery goodness, we've put a good dollop of the Firedragon chilies, and we'll put a picture up. I know Noel's taken some pictures. We'll put a picture up on the page of what this actually is. So it's chili sauce in a chili for 10 burning questions.
Is like, fuck, I've got 2 days of this now.
So
It looks like there's a bit of comeback there.
Hey, I hope you put the toilet roll in the fridge.
So I think this is going to be of reasonable heat. Like, I think it's going to be reasonable heat.
I think so.
So I think we're going to get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Why not?
So yeah, let's do this, because I tried a little bit. I tell you, I tried a little bit of this earlier, and it had quite a tingle.
I've just got to say, there is a rule. You'll know if you've listened to the iPod, you're not allowed to drink.
No drinks.
We've finished the questions, right? So have a little sip now if you want.
Which this could be one of the hardest ones of those, to be brutally honest.
A massive ball bag.
Now we're also going to film this, guys. So we are filming it. I think. Have you started, Mike?
Yeah,
the camera is rolling, so you should all be able to see. Little. There it is.
Let's do it.
Down the hatch, fellas.
Donkey.
I'll give it a good chew. Do you know what I mean? Give it a good chew. Now, that's already pretty hot. Okay, so that is pretty hot.
It's a massive cock.
Jesus.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Sweating already. I've got no cap to take off.
that's hitting all the sides.
So how is that, boys? Are you feeling the burn? You can feel, because the thing is that the Firedragon itself is quite hot, right?
Fucking warm.
It's the hottest natural chili sauce in the world. And then we've added a Scotch bonnet into it, right? The hiccups.
Oh, he's got hiccups.
Gilly's got the hiccups, and he's gone bright red in the neck. So that's a good sign.
I love the way you drag it out, so it sets in. Like it's
Always like to drag it out.
It's mastery.
Well,
It really is.
I think you've got to give it a bit of time to come on. You feel free. You can take the hat off if you want to. That's fine.
Boy, it's cooking.
But I think right. So I think you guys we're off and running here, aren't we? We've got the temperature has come up.
Right.
Let me know if you need the heat pump popped on, either hot or cold. Oh, it's getting me in the mouth. It's got me in the mouth now, isn't it?
It's got my throat. Jono's
Okay.
tearing up.
Now we're going to get an answer from each of you. We're going to go quite quick. So,
Are you?
well, no, but we're going to assume we are. It's pretty warm, isn't it? What's your favourite type of barbecue to cook on, and why? So let's start with you, Gilly.
Bronco. One word answers from now on. Why is that, Gilly? Talk us through it step by step.
Jono, I was saying he's literally at one word answers now.
Bronco. All day. Yeah, I just love it. It's just solid.
And we have your Genesis now.
Yeah.
That's been awesome.
Oh, thank you for the plug. I need that on my arse right now.
Yeah. I'm going to need it later.
I tell you what, I think
So hot.
this is worse than when I put my finger in my eye earlier.
I thought you were going to say something else there.
There's no prep for this either.
No, there's not. You can't build up to this. Oh, I'm sweating. God.
These guys are suffering. It's it's quite nice to see now.
Okay, favourite competition category, boys? Oh, I'm sweating.
Chicken is the first one. So
Yeah.
enjoy your day.
Yeah, nice. Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What about you, Jono?
Even though we bombed Smoke on the Coast and brisket somehow, I just love brisket. It's hard.
That was a great brisket as well, eh?
It was great. It was the
Tasted
best
so
brisket we've
good.
ever cooked.
I was very surprised by that.
I had a lot of trouble with my brisket Smoke on the Coast. In fact, you came over when I was literally thinking about ditching half of it and convinced me to put it in the box. And I was pretty amazed when I got 19th. I was like, I think that was generous.
Yeah. No, it was. I actually liked the taste of the brisket. It was good.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy. You boys are struggling, eh? Yeah, you're having some fun. Okay, here we go. Apart from coming on and doing this little challenge with the Scotchy, biggest fail to date? One from each.
Oh no, Noel, remember when I lost the rub for about half an hour at Smoke on the Coast? Yes. And it was in my back pocket.
Yeah, I do. We were all tipping everything upside down. Going, where is this one? He's like, oh.
About 2 minutes after handing.
Nothing like practicing chicken.
And that was where they changed their recipe in the middle of the thing. It was like, we can't find the rub. That was awesome, though. You still did all right in that, didn't you?
6.
Yeah, 6th. Yep, without their actual comp recipe. That was awesome.
Yep.
What about you, Jono?
What was the question?
Biggest fail to date?
In barbecue. Cooking.
Barbecue.
In cooking.
A friend of mine came back from the UK for New Year's, and he'd been quarantining all through Christmas, and we picked him up on New Year's Eve. Had the Bronco running, and yeah, they were black. It was an epic fail.
What did you cook?
Just some pork ribs.
So you wrapped them, and then they went black.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Crack
quite
the
sure
foil.
what happened there.
Crack the foil, yeah.
Sugar as well, I think,
yeah,
and
sugar.
not enough maybe liquid in there with it.
Maybe 4 hours too long. Because you were drinking. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Well,
Just a
it's
guess.
combination of both. I thought they were all ready to rumble, but yeah,
That's awesome.
wasn't great.
Yeah. Right. What's your biggest tip for looking after your mental health?
Fuck. Probably exercise for me.
Yeah?
Yep. Get
Cool.
out and do something and
So you're out there running and...
yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, I don't know about running, but yeah.
Yeah.
Rugby on the weekends and
Oh, that's right, yeah.
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 Do you know what I like? I like a good sweat. A good sweat is good for your mental health. And I think you're enjoying...
They're going to be on top of the world, aren't they?
You're enjoying a good sweat
Feeling
right
is the
now.
mental strength.
What about you, Johnny? What do you do
No,
to
I
look after
agree.
your mental health? Yeah?
Yeah, I
Exercise?
used to run a lot. I haven't run a lot lately.
Yeah, you did.
But I'll go down that same line. Sport.
Yeah.
It's always good. I think it's always good for you. Social sport.
Yeah. Little ad lib here, but how many kilos have you put on since starting barbecue?
I lost about 7 or 8 kilos just after lockdown.
Yeah.
Because of how much I put on during lockdown.
Yeah.
But I've definitely put it all back on.
Now, I do kind of know what Noel's doing there. He's setting me up to give him a compliment.
What do you mean?
Well, I think the real reason he asked you about is because
But yeah, go on.
Noel has been in a lot of training recently, and he's been eating very well, and he's had a new lady, so I'm sure he's trying to impress her, but she's very active, and he's been very active. And how many kilos have you lost, Noel?
19.
Which actually is super impressive.
You look
Yeah,
good.
well, it's...
I mean, you were a fat bastard,
it's
really,
like
weren't you?
taking a 19 kilo block off a fucking iceberg, let's be honest. So, still a way to go. But yeah.
It's like trimming the decal off your brisket, isn't it, Noel?
Exactly.
People are gonna
Just expose the meat.
Yeah. So no, well done. Seriously, very well done on that. I think
People
that's
won't
that's
trust you as
excellent.
much.
I think that's excellent.
I know.
Okay, I want one from each. Strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Oh. Jono's travelled a bit. I've got high hopes there.
first.
Yeah, I did a dine in the dark in London.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, okay, yeah, I've heard of those. So that's where literally it's dark and you can't see what you're eating, so it's very sensory in that
It's
sense.
served by blind waiters.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And you got to take everything off, anything that could shine. You can't take your phones in. Yep.
Did you wear clothes?
Well, at the beginning.
And what was that like? So what was that? Because I assume they weren't giving you crazy food, but the experience was kind of crazy, right?
It is crazy, but you can pick. So you can go down the line of, you can pick kind of what you want. Or you can just go with, I can't remember what it was called, but you can just pick, go for it, whatever.
Mm.
And
you're struggling, aren't you?
no, I'm coming back. It's getting better.
All right, Gilly, what was the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Mine's not that exciting, but probably snails and frogs' legs and whatnot in France, and yeah.
Fairly normal for French people, but not for us, right?
Not so normal for Kiwis, mate. Snails are pretty strange for this side of the world, for sure. What's the best barbecue that you've eaten that's not yours?
It could be commercially, could be cooked by a mate, could be restaurant, could be anywhere in the world, could be anything.
I'd go with, I've had some cracking stuff from Noel.
Thanks,
in his
mate.
classes and at his place. And then...
the check will be along from him later.
Cook boys have cooked some good stuff for you.
We'll big Steve up a bit. And I have to admit, I went around there just to change some locks at his house. And he ended up cooking me a couple of steaks. And I'm not going to lie, I was fucking impressed.
Mm. Yeah. He can cook a steak, that boy, that's for sure.
Yep.
Mm.
Gilly, what about you?
I'm the same. Noel's masterclass.
There's a little plug there for you. When's the next masterclass, Noel?
So the next scheduled one is Hamilton, but I'm going to be that's in August, but I'm going to be doing one probably in July as well.
I think Noel's got you guys to. He's had a little word in advance and made sure the plug setups are coming in here, aren't they? Right. What has been the best moment in your barbecue journey? Surely this experience, but if you're going to choose something else, I'll understand.
For me, winning steak.
Mm.
I mean...
It was a great moment.
Yeah, it was brilliant. We didn't expect it, and I think we were all just blown away, I guess. Even though, it was a bit of a different cook. It was fantastic, right?
Yeah. Nothing like a bit of silverware to cure a hangover as well, eh?
That's right.
Is that the same for you, Gilly?
Yeah, probably. And ninth at Smoke on the Coast, just been quite an improvement from the comp before, and I know we'd put in a fair bit of hard work in between, so it was
tough field as well, hey? Lots of good teams there as well, so
Yeah.
it was an awesome.
It was a big payoff too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Very good. Low and slow or hot and fast for you boys, Jono?
I'm still on low and slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're always trying to find that next level.
What does low and slow mean for you? Like, what's that temperature range that you consider low and slow?
Between 250 and 275.
Yep.
Which traditionally would be considered hot.
Yeah.
I think 225, 225 would be considered low normally,
that's
but
where we've come to, I guess.
I think it's a great temperature range. I think it's an awesome one to set at, and I think it's great for beginners to come in at that level as well, because 225 is too slow. It's just like, oh my God, if you want to sit for 20 hours, then fine.
I remember doing briskets at the beginning at 225 and stalling for like 2.5 hours.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Just soul destroying, eh? But yeah, you just don't get the stall when you cook a little bit hotter. So yeah, no, I agree.
I'll admit I wasn't actually getting through cooks. I would find myself waking up like a few beers.
Yeah. Chainsaw in the brisket.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the old boot. Yeah.
What about you, Gilly?
Yeah, I'm the same, 275.
Yeah.
But we're starting to
Ramp it
branch
up
out a bit and
Yeah.
speed things up a bit.
I think that's just what happens when you start getting into the competitions more. You come in and you're like, hey, we're going to cook at 250 or 275. And then after a few, you're like, well, maybe 300. How do I do it so I can only have to put my meat on at 6 and I can sleep till, 5 and all that kind of stuff?
I think I've said this before, though. As your skill set improves in barbecue and you start to cook more by feel, you can get the temperature up and you're looking at stuff and you can see when it's done and, see when you want to wrap and stuff like that. So, yeah,
100%.
You guys are just growing, right, in barbecue. So it's awesome.
So if you could sit down for a plate of barbecue and talk with anyone in barbecue,
Dead or alive?
dead or alive, who would that be? Let's start. Should we start with you, Gilly? Who would be your sort of barbecue crush dinner?
I'm a big fan of Harry Sue's videos and whatnot, so I think it'd have to be him.
Do you know he is? No, we had him on episode 4 or something like that. Episode 3. You went to his masterclass.
I cooked at the back end of it as well. It was awesome.
He is one of the nicest people
100%
we've ever spoken to. I think we talked to him for nearly 2 hours on like a
could have gone for 4
for a
easily.
Thursday night. Yeah. We cut loads out, but he was so good. Such an awesome guy. So he'd be a great choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can watch him on Barbecue Pitmasters season 1.
Well, yeah.
which is on Choice on Demand.
Oh,
So,
okay.
you know, you can watch that right now.
What about you, Johnny?
Well, I mean, yeah, he kind of took my first choice, I guess.
Did he? Bastard.
Yep. But, you know, I suppose leading the way in New Zealand at the moment is Matt Melville. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind
Oh, don't tell Maddie
having
that.
a couple of beers with Matt and having a feed and then...
That's easily arranged, mate.
Yeah.
We can sort that out. No problem.
That's an ego that doesn't need pumping, isn't it?
Oh, no, he
He's back in the country.
He needs pumping. I always pump, Matty. So if you were starting your barbecue journey again, knowing what you know now, what one thing would you do differently?
Probably get an ambient probe sooner. There are a lot of unknowns.
It's a good call, man. When you're first starting out, you need that. You know, you need that. I agree. Yeah.
And
Yep.
yeah, just give it a go and yeah.
Save you a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Johnny?
Well, I don't really know. I actually love the journey. It's hard to say that I would want to do anything different because, well, I mean, there's been a lot of things that haven't come off, but then there has been some
You
great
learn from that.
times. And I'm a big fan of just practice makes perfect. So, yeah.
We
And we
change a
have
thing.
that in the team too
Yeah.
because, you know, like I said before, if you want to change something up, you need to bring it to the table, show us what you got, and if it's awesome, then we're going to run it.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you guys have done exceptionally well because that was a hard round. So I'm going to say you can take a beer now. You can have a little drink. I know you've been wanting that. It's been sitting right in front of you the whole time. I think you guys did really, really well because those were pretty pretty
hot.
fiery, weren't they,
Oh,
Noel?
mate.
Like,
Yeah.
I certainly got a little hit off that thing. So you survived your 10 burning questions. You've survived coming on Barbecue Base. Where can people find you? They want to come and follow the journey.
On social media. That's
Social media, yeah, Smoked Out West on Facebook, Smoked Out West on Instagram, and yeah, obviously, yeah, we're out west and not hard to get hold of. Want to come and have a few beers or a whole lot?
Nice.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. And hey, look, that's been another great episode, I think. No, although I think those Scotch bonnets, I don't know, we'll have to do that again. I think that was.
We have to take it up a notch.
I think we do.
They weren't hot enough.
We need to speak to Clint and maybe get him to send us something from the Super Hots that we
Next
can make a
layer
boat
up.
from.
Yeah, I think so.
But that was great.